Okay, so I have a question. Can you remember what we did the first day, like what would make this video with this session, the whole bootcamp worth it for you? Okay, I want to ask something similar. I want to ask, what do you want to use your characters for? What do you want? And it can be something easy, like Sophia, can you answer? Sorry, I got you. We can go with the bell because I got you eating something.
Answer.
Yes, I'm going to use my characters for business and merchandise to promote messages.
Perfect. Awesome. So promoting messages about security in with cybersecurity, right?
Cybersecurity to make it fun for an education for resellers to understand cybersecurity.
Yeah. And can you explain really quick what's cybersecurity in one sentence?
Security for computers, isn't it?
Like,
Really, isn't it?
it's
Yeah,
basically
it's
hackers, right?
it's to block the hackers from not so that your company does not get hacked, and you have a major breach that's going to cost you about $4 million to recover.
Yeah. So big companies, we're talking about big companies
And governments.
And governments.
Yeah.
So for them, it could be really good business if they like your product, if it becomes a huge success. And then, yeah, let's get coffee mugs for everybody. Right. And then, so that could be good business. So the product must be good. The characters, you can see if I'm a company, it's very stupid to, yeah, let me buy this with this character that I have seen in Cartoon Animator as default.
Yeah.
No, it has to be something original. Okay, so Sophia, can you share your goal? Again, I cut you. Sorry.
Mark, were you a waiter? Because waiters are really good at that.
Cameriere, sì.
I'm done now. I'm done. Okay, so for my characters, I need characters that look really good, professional, engaging, because I am doing storytelling to reach out to those who want to learn the Bible, but in a visual way. So that's why I need my characters to look amazing and to relate to many different kind of people.
And by the way, what are your characters being used for? Like, are you putting them in a USB video that you put on the community, or what do you do?
Mine is on actually social media, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.
Yeah. So in Sophia's case, the most important thing I would say, Sophia, actually, is you don't really need like the characters to be amazing, just good enough for the story, because the actual thing is the Bible teaching visually, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. So it's more about the lesson being entertaining, right? And if you watch her videos, if you're Christian, you're going to love when I was raised as Catholic, and I can tell you it was incredibly boring to just sit down and listen to some old dude reading really boringly, like la 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 la. I would just snooze off. And I would be physically there, but I would not pay any attention. But when I look at Sophia, I go like, why didn't you arrive in my childhood?
Oh,
My sister have a lot of stories of Okay, so basically, let me read. I see some Alfredo, you say, I'm going to use my characters to tell short stories. Okay, so quick questions. Do you need the characters to be original, or can you use pre-made characters like Sophia is doing? What is it about? You have a YouTube channel? Tell me about it.
I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but that's the plan. My characters, I need 3 to be original because they are like the storytellers. and the rest they are like secondary actors or extras. So I'm thinking that I can use the already made ones for those, or
Yeah.
I can do like a swapping. But I do need 3 original characters. But as you mentioned, I don't want to deal a lot with the hands and with all that stuff. If I can swap and use already made hands, that would help me a lot.
Perfect. The smart character rigging is going to help you a lot. That's on day 5. So Alfredo, definitely you need to design the characters with the smart rigging process in mind. So basically, you have to later you're going to learn my technique to skip all the hands drawings and all the mouse because what you do is you design an original character that is compatible with whatever package you're going to be using. In your case, Alfredo, I would probably suggest the same as Sophia, Campus Heroes, right? Use Campus Hero and then create original characters, totally original, that are compatible with them.
Yeah, I already have Campus Heroes and Dressing
Awesome.
Room, but I haven't used them. But yeah, it's cool that I can do the swapping with those.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, your original characters, those can be in coffee mugs, etc. If it later the opportunity presents itself, right? So
tomorrow cleaning out all the tile.
sorry, there's some background noise. I just muted. And then Livia and Ariadna right now. Ariadna is the one that is here. You typed on the chat. Instead of me reading it, can you tell me about it? I mean, I know about the YouTube channel, so tell us about it.
First, how is the audio? Because I think there's a storm somewhere and the internet is kind of strange today. Everything's way.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Thanks for the precaution. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, we had a lot of original stories with original characters that we always talk to one another and to our friends, and it's kind of a collective storytelling.
Yeah, I'm looking for the one from the Frozen one. I'm looking for that one. Like, do you have it posted on the YouTube chat? The YouTube channel? Because
there's one with subtitles on English subtitles, and there's another with no subtitles.
Okay, so which one should I look for? This one?
The one with the English title.
Is it this one? Is because I don't know which one is it. Is Reina Gelada? Reina Gelada. Let's see.
Frozen music parody.
This is the
Frozen music verde.
Oh, down a little bit.
This is the Portuguese one.
This one? No. Which one has the subtitles?
Little down.
The one
down. This one.
Frozen music parody.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So this one, for example, they do a lot of different shots from behind.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who am I? Right. And then this is a song. Let me just share with the sound a tiny bit. I'm going to share a couple of seconds. Right. Share sound. And it's basically a like it's yeah, you can see. The little penguin.
Reino de isolamento e a rainha está aqui.
And those are your voices, right? It's so happy and proud. So basically, you can see that her stories need original characters, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, I remember you did this in Cartoon Animator 4 with Cartoon Animator 5, with Wind, the wind now can go with spring. So yeah.
I know the springs look so cool.
Yeah.
We had a lot of problem with secondary movements because we made an animation in that we needed to reanimate the scene to make the hair, the
To have the
dress
spring.
flow right, and some shots got bad, but was the best we could make at the time. So
Yeah, like this one I can say, for example, all this sequence is going to be so much easier now. Like all of this
yeah,
is
so
going to be
so
much easier, right? But I mean, if but now for in Brazil, the morning sessions for you, I think it's in a very crazy hour. What time is it with you right
Yeah.
now?
Right now it's 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Hello.
Then
Oh,
it's
God.
not that crazy. Let me see.
It's 11 o'clock for me. 11 p.m.
Let me see. Brazil, Rio de Janeiro time. Is that cool? Or Sao Paulo?
São Paulo.
Brazil. Okay. Then let me see, at 11:30 my time. It's at your 2:30. Probably you are at work or something. Are you available on 2:30? It's because I recommend the daily classes because if you have any problems with the rigging, I can help you, right, with those.
We had a lot of problems with the key because it was insane. This animation, because of the rigging, was delayed almost 1 year. Yeah. Just because of the rigging. We had everything done, everything ready, but when we got to rigging, the problems was just
surmounting one after the other.
We decided to make a 360. The heads,
360 head.
the talking heads.
Yes.
Yeah, because
those are tricky.
Technically, it would be easier. It would help with the timing. We just would be pretty. Yeah, it looks good, but her eyebrows, it was a nightmare because of her eyebrows specifically.
Okay, then the
pre-made.
In the the reason why I'm asking on the room is because not all of you are going to benefit from the pre-made rig technique. That is, it's more tedious. So basically, what I'm giving you permission to is that if you are not going to get much value from the pre-made rig technique that I'm going to cover in these next 2 days, is relax, just get some popcorn and enjoy yourself. You don't have to absorb and understand anything. If you have any questions, you can. I have kind of some questions, but I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, right. The reason, but in your case, I can see that you, Livia, and you, Ariadna, and Alfredo, and Devel, you guys are going to benefit so much. Also, Michael and Jason, I believe you two also need original characters, right? You're definitely going to benefit from this, right? I don't know. So really quick, Orlando, how do you plan to use characters? Do you need original, or can you get away with
original? I have write something here.
Right here. So you wrote it here on the chat.
My English is so bad.
Oh well, I'm understanding your English really good. Chrissy, Orlando, I need original design. Okay, I will draw it. I hope that in my trust. In my trust. Thank you. No pressure now. Relax, Mark. Whew. I'm sure he will help me. Oh, I hope so too. And then to achieve my dream, yes, Yes, Orlando, definitely. Adventure Time inspired. Yeah, Livia and Ariana, is it inspired in Adventure Time? Yeah, really nicely, you picked it. Good eye, Michael.
The original idea is like, I need to do very easy and popular animation. So at the time, Frozen just got to the theater. I think it's already launched for, but Adventure Time was extremely popular, and Frozen was extremely popular too. So we were talking, and okay, if the Ice Queen from Adventure Time is a character, a parody character, actually, is a parody for one of the main villains.
Yeah.
She, for some reason, started to singing "Let It Go," but the character is a evil queen.
It's evil, yeah. If you watch the anime, can you post it on on general chat? That would be awesome. Like I can post it actually. Let me do that for you really quick. Is this one Frozen? Why? Let me see. Oh, look at that! This is the one in English. It has more views actually than the one in Brazil. Okay.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was kind of strange.
Yeah, this one has many views. Let me go to here, right here, and then there. I'm going to put it on general chat so any of you can check it out. But yeah, it's funny. The first time I saw it without the subtitles, and I understood what was happening. Like, I'm guessing she's incredibly evil and doing all terrible things to all sorts of people, and she's not like a good character misunderstood. No, she is really nasty, right? So, and when I told them that, that the smile that I saw, like they were super happy, like, yeah, that's exactly it. We got it.
We were talking, and the lyrics of "Let It Go" were not compatible with her, so we thought about a parody of the song, not just some cover, and that was the result.
Yeah. And by the way, some benchmarks for YouTube is that when I look at this and then I see this is 10 months ago, 200 views, you still have some work to do. You haven't found the audience yet. Because remember, it's not about just the quality of the animation, it's also about finding the right audience. Because the YouTube shows your video. YouTube wants to show your video. But if people are not clicking on it, then it stops showing it. It keeps showing it, but it gives more priority to the videos that people click on, right? So yeah, but that's a topic for another class. That's for YouTube class. But anyway, this is I think it's good. Like, yeah, when you get past 10 views the first time, you're like, yes. And then you get past 100 views, yes, and then at some point you now at the level where you want to get past 100 views in one day, right? Without you doing much. But I mean that's some goals, etc. But anyway, the point is, let's go back on topic. Pre-made characters only if you really need it, because it's even though you're saving time, there is still a lot of work. Anyone here, can you raise your hand if you have experience rigging characters? I know, for example, Livia, Sophia, you have like successfully had created animations with characters already, right? Okay, Michael, can you raise it digitally so I can see it, the list? is yeah. Sophia, can you raise it again?
Oh,
We have a couple.
Digitally. There you go.
Digitally, there you go. Okay, okay. Half of the class. Chrissy, Orlando, Mike, Karen, Ewok, Akiko, and Kirk. You guys will benefit then from what comes, because what I'm going to cover is for you guys. Thank you very much. You can lower the hand now. For those of you who already have the experience, this is going to be very boring. So now I want to tell everybody here, this is basically the first class. Like the main thing is be smart about it. Don't do stuff that you don't really need, that won't pay off. Like in case of Sophia, doing an original character with pre-made rigs, even though it saves time, it's still some amount of work. It's still some navigating through folders, right? Like this folder, and then if you get it wrong in that interchange of files of images, the rig breaks, right? So that's the good thing about swapping. Swapping, the rig doesn't break. You just fix that tiny, everything happens inside Cartoon Animator 5. But the pre-made rig, that one can break. So it can start bringing some headaches. Okay, so I'm going to give you the thinking now to avoid the rigs breaking. Okay, this is the basic thinking. And that is, you need to understand the template for when you do, let me go here, sharing the screen. How can I get, the question is, how can I get from this design and then take this character and then rig it so everything works perfectly fine, right? Like I can move the hands, right? I can move any arm. I can take this character and then do this. And by the way, look at, I don't like the
Ouch.
this.
The legs are wrong.
The joint, reverse the joint. There you go. So look, not only is that rigged, but pay attention to his mustache and the hat and the hair.
Oh yeah.
It has springs, right?
Yeah.
Really nice. So when this character is walking, yeah, I was talking, blah, 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 blah. It has really smooth, high quality animation. We're going to cover all of that, okay?
Oh.
But for now, let's dedicate today in understanding this character and all the parts that make this character. So before I start, I want to show you, this is that character. This is every single layer that composes this character laid out for you right here.
That's a lot, Ed.
It's a lot to take in, right? Yeah. But if you put it in buckets, we have legs. This is one thing. And then we have arms. For the arms, he needs two versions. One where his sleeves are rolled up a little bit, and another one when he's like with the long sleeves, right? Yeah. This is when he gets to work or when he's more casual, right? He can choose between those two options. And basically the hand, all of that looks like this in one single hand. Yeah. Right, he just has all of those hands are, for those of you who are not familiar, right here, right?
All the sprites, yeah.
So he can switch and do different expressions with that, right? Now, in his case, he had to draw all these hands because he needed the style of the character to be original. So here's a quick tip for you, Alfredo. Alfredo, you mentioned, I don't want to draw all the hands. Guess what? You don't have to. All you need is an original face. Everything else can be the body from another character. And it can be all the sprites and hands from another character. Just make sure that it has the same skin color when you design it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a huge time saver. Yes, Helene?
Are bone hands easier?
they were supposed to be easier. Bone
Oh.
hands are actually harder
Okay.
when they are original, but they are easier if you create a character that is compatible with that skin color and everything.
Okay.
Right? So you can basically take one of these hands. Then I'm going to go with you, Livia and Ariadna. Let me just share this. Like, for example, if I take this character and I want to change his hands, let me go to character settings, the composer mode. And that's a really good question. I get that a lot, actually. I go to body and then hands. It has to be the template. Again, body, hands. And then you can see that there are a couple of hands already because of all the characters that I have, right?
Yeah.
Look at bear characters. So I maybe if I was Lucky Planet, probably I would design it in a way that these hands are compatible, right?
Yeah.
But for that, I would have to make this character not be a bunny and instead be a human. So that doesn't work. Or maybe I could change the
color.
The color, yeah. So don't worry, like you can take this hand and make sure that this circle right here has the size of the arm.
Mark, you gotta make sure you click the at the top, click the
edit
right
pose.
Face
Edit pose, yeah.
icon. No, over to the left.
Over to the left.
Right under face edit. Yeah. No, the
That
next
one.
one. Next one. Yep, that one.
Oh no, but in this case, we do need the bones to be attached. So you can see that this character has a bigger design. I would just, if I was to use these hands, I would have to do actually just take a character that is exactly like one of these guys.
Actually, you were right the first time. I think if you hit edit pose, you'll be able to change everything.
Yeah,
with, there you go.
Yeah, edit pose. That's it. Yeah.
And then yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
And then change color with the change color part.
So basically, now this character, I see this kind of sphere, which is incredibly uncomfortable. I'm not experiencing these hands. I've never used them ever. I didn't like them when they came out. I didn't. Okay, this is. So apparently that's the design of the hand. I don't like it. I picked the wrong design. But hopefully you get the point, right? So Helene, those hands can, if you prefer that, do it. But just make sure that whatever design is compatible with one of those hands, so you don't have to rig it, right? Because that
Can
one
I
is
send those hands to a PSD editor and change the color?
Yes.
And then send them back? Okay.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Cool.
And yes, Ariadna and Livia, you have a question?
Not exactly a question, but about the bone hands. We use it for the ice cream because we didn't want to draw all the hands. We got the hands from Marta because we tried first to use the template, but it didn't work. It was always cracking.
Right.
So we exported Marta's hands from for PSD. Yeah, we saved the file with another name, so we didn't override the original one, and we changed the color of her skin using the two colorize from Photoshop.
Yeah, okay.
And the tips of the fingers we made them a little sharper. And we made the bones a little longer. Yeah, because her hands, the finger are longer than Marta. So we kind of remake the hands and we re-imported in Cartoon Animator and it worked.
Yeah, I can see.
So a tip for you guys.
That this is good. So let me tell you what you just did. Let me look at this. in here you do this expression, look, from this to this, curling down the fingers to a fist. So congratulations, you used pre-made rigs for the hands.
Yeah.
Very good, very exactly. So if you needed originally, like Helen, I love it that basically Livia and Ariadne said, you asked, is it easier? And then I said no. And then Livia and Ariadne said, yeah, shut up, Mark. You can use pre-made. Thank you. Actually, yeah, they are right. Exactly. That's how you do it. You show them, Livia and Ariadne. You show them.
Thank you,
That's the
ladies.
way to do it. By the way, don't you guys love it that they are talking and then the other one talks and then they kind of complete the sentences and it sounds like the same voice? It's crazy. Like who's like if I close my eyes, I have no idea who's talking. Like, yeah, it's one of them. So lovely. Okay, thank you. That was a really good input. Okay, so going back to this is the understanding. And if you look at this and you get intimidated, it's because you haven't spent enough time with this designing a character from scratch. When I design a character, I'm just putting this laid out, but you never, ever see it laid out like that. Ever. Like all the time, you just know that there's a list of multiple things. Like I know I need the eye, and then the eye white that is going to be, let me just bring it on top of this, is going to be
the mask
right there, covering only the white area of the eye, right? Because that is going to take the eye and then basically have the eye be inside that layer, that eye white,
the iris,
right? So it gives the effect of an eyeball inside the skin, right? So all of that needs, I don't use it like this ever when I'm designing. I don't design like this. I use masks, right? And later when I'm about to export, I release the masks. In other words, this is the hair. But do you think I have the hair like that? No, I have the hair like, when I'm designing, I design like this. Let me just, I'm making a mess, by the way. Let me just.
I usually use a mask, Mark, when I'm doing them. I mask them.
I design it and I want my character to look like this. So wait, I still need a layer for the hair up here. So I need the hair right there. And then I need the hat. I can either have the hat or I can have the bunny rabbit. So those are just, I can, this guy is a bunny. So I can have either the bunny or the hat. Both are in the same folder, right? And if I'm here, I can change between the character. Let me just go actually to the animation, to the stage. I can have anything that I have extra is an option. So I can select this, or if I want, I can show the ears.
You're still in Photoshop.
You're not showing. Yeah, you're not showing. Yeah.
Can you see?
No.
You're only showing Photoshop.
Am I showing now Cartoon Animator?
No. Show Photoshop.
No. Photoshop.
Something is weird. There has to be a bug. Can you see Cartoon Animator now?
No, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
What am I going to do with your computer? Thank you. And you can switch between the hat and the ear bunny, right? And again, I can take the hair and I can disable it, and that's the actual layer of the head. In the head, he took into account the shape he wanted for the hair because he wants the hair to look like this, right? So I designed all of that. When I'm designing, I design everything like this, like how I want the end result to look like. And then after the creative, all the creativity is out there, then I start designing on all the complicated stuff, all the logical things. First, I want to be creative, and then I want to be logic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I had a quick question on that.
Yes.
Photoshop, where he had all the components. You recommend doing that or not for complex characters, showing all the different hands and everything?
You don't show them ever. The way you like, this is only
Like, do you think having a drawing like that?
Yeah, exactly. I never ever do this ever. When I'm designing, actually, I'm going to open yours because the way you have it is exactly the way you should have it. Let me Dark Cyber from this angle. This is that's exactly how you have it, right? But instead, let me collapse this. What I'm going to do is take all of this and just hide all the hands, and I can see one by one, right? This character is pretty cool, right? The design is really good. I see that, and then I can see that in a coffee mug, right? So it has to be worthy of that. Look, that's how you design, and then you disable this, and then you draw the next one, and that's another drawing, and then another drawing, and then another drawing, right?
It's cool, yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yep.
So that's how you design. Now, once I have the design of the character, I want to in another step, not in this step, in another. This is actually when you start thinking, and then, oh, how do I do this? So look at this. I want to show you. Originally, again, this is how you show this, right? But then, okay, this one originally, I don't know exactly how he designed it, but I can tell you how I would design it. In my case, I would have it. Oh, wait, this is, I don't want this one. Okay, instead, let me put a backup in here. Because I'm going to show you how I'm going to take an example of the face of this layer, right? And then when I design this, I'm having this layer separate because I want to be able to do this. When he rotates his head to another angle, I want to be able to rotate slightly like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Good with masking, isn't it?
So I'm designing all of this, and it's taking, I blindly just create all this blob. Bloop. That is this blob right here. Bloop.
Yeah.
And then all the gray to give me some space. How much space? Honestly, is deliberate. You just put it randomly. I guess so, and you just put some random distance in there, right? In this case, you can see that it kind of cut offs in here. So probably when he was designing, the screen cut off in there, right? But it doesn't matter. All you need is some extra room. Now, what if it's not enough? What if you're designing and then you decide that at some point, oh, I needed more? Well, you just open it in Photoshop again, extend it, but not through here. You extend it through, let me do an extension actually, live, so I can show you. Let's pretend that I'm rigging this character. I'm going to composer mode. And then let's say that I was rigging this character and I wanted to do a really aggressive movement of this layer, which is, let me make sure I'm selecting, the front hair. And I wanted this, and then I need extra. I just need a tiny bit extra. What do, Mark? I do this. I just open this in Photoshop, this exact thing. I'm not going to save it with another name. I just need to take this, find that layer, which is this one, and then just extend a tiny bit more. And it can be so deliberate, right, that I just do it like this. There you go. Save it and close. Now, if I go back to here, oh, it's not showing. You let me know if it shows Cartoon Animator. Is it showing Cartoon Animator?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It took a second to get there, but it is.
Perfect.
It is now,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so I go back to rigging the 360 head, and then to the side, and then. Hey, wait a second. Why did I'm trying to make a point here, Mr. Photoshop? Oh, why is it not working? Did I save it? I save it. Let me save
You
it.
didn't save it, I bet.
No,
You probably missed selecting all layers or something.
yeah, no, it didn't work. So I'm going to close everything. Everything is saved. This one is also saved. I'm going to explain a little bit about that, and then you're gonna see about
Is there a particular reason why you would suggest us to do this rather than just deform it directly in Cartoon Animator?
Very smart. That was a test. Very good. In this case, okay, let me explain. In this case, this one, if I deform, I can turn, like, actually this one won't deform really well because the layer is really big. And if I deform, it would depend. If I don't have any problem extending this texture, then there's no problem, right? But let's pretend that in my case, I need the hair to stay there. And if I don't want to deform this part of the drawing, if it has some texture. So in this case, I do need to extend it, right? But yeah, it would depend on the design. When I'm doing characters for Cartoon Animator, I usually stay away from texture like these ones, because those bring headaches. They add quality, but they can bring headaches. Let me launch it again. This should work. Okay, there it is. Why are you not showing me this change? Oh,
Did you save it all together? Don't you have to
it's
save
saved
it
in here. And
Yeah,
then when I go back to Cartoon Animator, it's supposed to be refreshing. Right there is supposed to be refreshing. Let me know. Can you see Cartoon Animator?
Yeah, I can see Cartoon Animator.
Okay, so it's supposed to be refreshing. But apparently, there it is. Now
There
it's
it is
refreshed.
this time, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool.
Do you see?
Yeah.
I see the problem, actually. I see the problem. The problem is that he has a different version of the hair when he switches to the side, and that's a mistake. He changed the sprite.
Right.
But anyway, do you see what I mean, Elijah? So do you see there's a lot of understanding before I start to even do any pre-made, because pre-made character is like poof, a ton of information that you need to switch. So I kind of want to, if any one of you is fairly new, I saw a couple of people here new to rigging. I want to extend this bootcamp so I can go step by step with easier pre-made rigs. Does that make sense? So it's way easier. You have a quick win and then something harder and then the actual thing. Would that be useful for you guys? Like a kindergarten.
I think it would be useful too, yeah.
All right, I don't mind going through it again, too. Okay, all right, Jason. Yes, Alfredo?
As you mentioned, that we have to think creatively first.
Yes.
But the image that you showed us, of course, that's not the way we're gonna put the sprites or the images.
Yeah.
But the image that you just showed us, that shows like the 30 hands, the legs separated, the face. That's like a nice blueprint, because even before we started doing the creative process, we know those are all the parts that we have to think beforehand in order to create an animation. So right now, for me, it's like a plan that I know that my character has to include all those parts.
All righty. I have a question for Chrissy. What's the name of Dougie? You muted.
This is George.
George.
Hello, George.
Hello, George. So again, sorry, Alfredo. Dogs are an attention loser for me. Like I see another doggy.
Don't worry, I'm the same.
So Alfredo,
what I meant is, I know we're not going to copy that, but if you send us like a blueprint
Yes,
or like an image. Remember, these are all the parts that you have to think to include in your character in order before rigging it.
yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me take, I need to go to a restroom urgently. Oh, I'm gonna blow.
Okay.
So let me go. I'll be back in 2 minutes, or we can take a 5-minute
Cool.
break. Would you like a 5-minute break so you can get some tea, some snacks? Yeah.
I've already
Okay.
got mine.
Okay. Let's take a quick 5. I'm going to prepare some
Okay.
tea for myself.
That's fine, sure.
Right. See you in 5. I'm going to start.
Cool. And pause the. What's it? Okay. Oh dear.
I already have all my snacks.
And me.
what time is it there, Tony? All right.
It's 11:45.
I thought it was pretty late. I thought it was about 11 or so.
Well, it'll be AM. Yeah, it's 11:43 PM. Yeah. So
wow.
I'm ready.
Are you a night owl?
I usually don't get to bed till 12:30.
So it doesn't really matter then. That's okay.
Yeah. I'm usually like that, but I'll usually wait for the missus to stop snoring. Well, I'm very light sleeper, so I need it quiet as good as I can. So, I mean, last night I went to bed just after this, and I got up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't like to get up early. I mean, I got up early all my life to go to work, and I don't like day shifts. I mean, I work 2 days, 2 eves, and a mid shift, so that was kind of nice for me. But I mean, I get up about 8 o'clock in the morning. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, I used to work nights at one stage, and I used to come home at about 7 o'clock in the morning, look after my parents for a few hours, and then have about 4 hours sleep, then go back to work.
Oh, there you go.
I've done that for about 2 years. Like,
nice.
And then I had to give it up to look after my parents. But that was my last job. And
what did you do?
Obviously, I was a night controller to a rescue company. So I was I was on the computer, tapping out, telling them where to go and pick up the vehicles and things like that. And we used to deal with SOCO as well, with the police and stuff like that. So it's quite a busy job, but I mean, I controlled it quite easily. It wasn't too bad for me because I'm good with computers and that. So, but that was my last job. But before that, I was a storeman. Worked in Crabtrees. A storeman.
What is that?
Forklift truck driver.
Oh, okay.
Weighing stuff and sorting out kits for
taking
people.
Stuff down off the pallets, putting them back, that type of stuff.
Yeah, heavy work as well. Yeah, it's heavy work. I dealt with over 25. Now it was.
What kind of warehouse was that?
I was an electrical firm called Crabtrees.
Okay.
And they created all the plugs and sockets and consumer units for industry as well as homes as well. They worked under Eveready. I don't know if they've heard of Eveready batteries.
Eveready, yeah.
Yeah, they worked with
Eveready batteries, right?
Yeah, Eveready took over them for a time, and then they sold them on to somebody else after that, and that was it. But I worked there for about 9 years on that. No, I drove reach counterbalance trucks, and side loaders and all sorts of different trucks, and I've even drove automatic vehicles as well as manual and 7.5 tonners and things like that. So I've done a lot of that.
You know, hey, a manual shift car in the United States is becoming a good thing to have because all the new kids that are stealing the cars, they can't drive a manual shift.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got a manual now.
That is really funny.
Well, yeah, it's good, but everybody in the United States, it's all, they don't learn to drive manuals unless they have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough anyway. Manual's better to learn anyway, because if you can
Oh.
drive a manual, you can always
Then you
drive,
can drive
an
anything.
automatic. Yeah.
Right.
Whereas
right.
an automatic, you can only drive automatic. You can't drive a manual. So.
Is there
Yeah.
a law in California that it has to be a sports car manual with the top down? A convertible? I think that's a law.
You sure that's not Hawaii?
I have an automatic convertible and people mess with me all the time, but it has remote start and I have snow, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
I have a 7-seater vehicle. I have, which is a diesel, but I bought it for when my mum was alive, and she got a wheelchair, and I was taking her and my daughter, who was young, she was still in a pushchair at the time, so I was dragging one and pulling the other, and that was a bit of hard work when I was doing that. Yeah, but my mum never actually got in the car. She died before we took her anywhere, unfortunately, because she was ended up bedridden for 2 years.
Wow.
So yeah,
a long time.
That was hard work. I had to carry her downstairs, carrying up and downstairs, and she was grabbing onto the side, scared, because obviously thinking I'd drop her, but I never did. But it made it awkward for me to carry her. Like,
Yeah, especially if she's struggling to grab the arm rail too while you're trying to carry her.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't heavy or nothing. It was just she made it heavy. Yeah, I mean, it was like that. But I mean, I couldn't understand. She was scared, which is understandable, isn't it? Because she got bedridden because I used to walk her, right? But when we had the carer come in to look after her for about an hour or two, my wife and the carer tried to look after her and walk her, but they didn't realise I was holding my mum's weight when I was walking her. So when they done it, she went down. Yeah. So I was giving her the exercise, but I was holding her weight, so she wouldn't have too much weight to carry. She was moving her legs, you know.
Nice.
But afterwards, they wouldn't allow me to walk her after they dropped her on the floor, which was a bit of a shame because it didn't last much longer after that. So, yeah. But it was COPD that killed her, so. Yeah, I don't know whether you know what that is. Yeah, well.
Oh, it's like asthma, like a really severe case of asthma. COPD.
No, it's a smoker's disease.
Yeah.
Because you smoke cigarettes, and it's like asthma, only it affects the other parts of the lungs, not the parts that the asthma deals with.
Yeah.
The asthma deals with, I think it's the big nodules, and the COPD deals with the smaller parts of the nodules.
I want to okay. First, I'm sorry to hear that, but really quick, I want to retake the class because we do have some more ground to cover, but so far, is there are there any questions? If you have any questions, just raise your hand like you've been doing. Like I enjoy. Even if you feel that your question is kind of side, like it's maybe pull the class aside. Oh my God, look at that. I'm glad I asked that question. So we have three participants. Let's go with participant number 1, Javel.
A quick question. I am wondering, do you have a book that you recommend that shows expressions, like how you do a surprise, a sad, so where the eyebrows are, how the eyes look, how the jaw might look? Do you have a recommendation on something like that?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't. I am naturally really good intuitively with my face. I spend way too much time in front of a mirror when I was a kid.
You have to make selfies.
Yeah,
and write them down.
I see.
So, but Javel, I have a question for you. I get that a lot. There you go. Thank you, Helene. Expressions. You need to show us the museum of your beautiful house. She has a museum. Her house is so cool. We need to go visit.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you
Look up
in
expressions.
spotlight. So
Yeah, I
there's
can't see it. Yeah, what
I'm
is
going
it?
to is
He's got a
Yeah.
book.
anime and gaming character expressing emotions.
Ah, there you go. There's a book.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, oh, look at that.
There they
Yeah,
are.
that's pretty good, yeah.
Study
Sweet.
Okay.
analysis.
I'm pretty sure you could do it with
Thanks, Ali.
looking
Yeah.
at the mirror anyway and doing it yourself. Like,
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't because I don't do those expressions.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're looking
Yeah.
for something that's more like cartoons,
Nice.
I have
Oh, yeah. Can you
Um,
also?
cartoon animation by Preston Blair. And Preston Blair, I don't know if you know him, but he was like
Yeah.
very, very popular animator back in the day. And there's some sheets here about hands and walking and expressions. Like one of them right here just is more the dog character, but you can see like all the different
Emotions.
cool.
right there. And that book I think wasn't very expensive back in the day. I don't know how much it is now, but I think you can find it for like $20, so I'm not mistaken.
What
And
was it called again?
It's called Cartoon Animation by Preston Blair. It's his last book he wrote before it's his only book he wrote. He like passed away when it was published. So it's the only book that Preston Blair managed to put out, I think, regarding animation, or the last one anyways. But I know it's the last one he made before.
I have that book actually. I have it.
Oh yeah, you have it as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not
pretty good.
physical. I have it. I bought it when I started. Was one of the first books I got. Cartoon animation and Kindle.
Yeah, and it has a
Thank
lot
you
of
for that.
cycles and stuff like that. The cycle animation examples and
Yeah,
Uh,
I believe that book was. I don't know if it's that one, but isn't it that one where he shows the correct way and then the incorrect way?
yeah,
That
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Like he gives you like a drawing with a check mark. You should do it like this, not like this. And then I'm like, oh, interesting way to
That
teach.
sounds useful. Yeah.
Very useful.
Yeah.
So Mike, definitely no, actually, Devel, you were asking about.
I got my
Definitely
answer. Yeah, I got my answer. Thank you.
awesome. Tony, do you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I was going to say I've had problems when I've been doing the rigging with the pupils missing sometimes, and different parts just like the odd arm just disappearing for no reason. And I've rigged them as normal like I usually do, and then the one day they'll be all right. The next day something will be wrong with them.
Yes, that's unfortunately a bug on Cartoon Animator. When it's a disappearing arm that disappears for no reason, like you have to do this test, save the file, restart the computer, or close Cartoon Animator and then open it and see if the problem persists. For me, I started like it was driving me nuts when I was recording long time ago the 12 principles of animation in Cartoon Animator, and then I was giving a webinar, and in the webinar I got that mistake live, but thank goodness I already knew the problem, and then I showed, oh, did you see this? Did you see this? I'm glad this is happening live. Revolution team, please take note about this because it has been my living hell. But solution for everybody, just save it, close Cartoon Animator, open it again, and it works perfectly. For some reason, it just hides the sprite of an arm or something. It's annoying.
It's a pain in the butt.
And for the pupils, the only way the rig is actually broke is when it never shows. You bring the character in there, and then the pupils are never there, right? Ever. But if the pupils are there, and then you start moving the head, and then they disappear for a second, and then they reappear, that has to do with some kind of gesture in the blinking. And there's a quick fix for all of those. I mean, if you actually get the problem, bring it here so I can dissect it in front of everybody, right?
Okay.
But
and that's in Cartoon Animator 4 or 5 or both?
I
Well, it wasn't-
I hope only 4. I hope in 5 they fixed it.
Yeah, it was only
I
4 when
hope.
I had it. I haven't tried it in Cartoon Animal 5 yet.
I haven't
So
tried 5.
I've recently used Cartoon Animal 5, but I've been using.
I honestly haven't animated anything in Cartoon Animator 5. So I'm kind of winging it with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually work more in your animations than in. I don't have personal projects. My personal project involves anime. That's what I'm working on, and it's frame by frame.
I've
Yes,
only
Helen?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Tony? You're only doing.
I've been doing clocks in Cartoon Animal 5.
Clocks
doing
in.
a clock turning round, like that.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I've done. I ain't done any actual characters. So
Yeah.
I'll do some characters and let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So Helen, yes?
Okay, so I know how to make eyes work. So you've got the eye and the pupil and the eye white. But what makes the eye white not go outside the eye and make the pupil not go out? I don't know how it works. And it bugs me that I don't understand it.
Okay, then I can explain it here. What's happening is that's more like curiosity, right?
Yeah, so if somebody has a better question, you can skip me.
I can answer it in 1 minute. So let me show you here. What's happening is that where are you? Right. You have this. You have this layer. You have the mask, and you have this eye, right? So basically, the mask is not going to be showing. Let me just put this in place. I think there. All right. I'm trying to be as perfect as possible, right? So basically, just ignore the layers in here. Know that one is an eye white, another one is the iris, another one is the mask, and another one actually iris, mask, and eye white. The way Cartoon Animator arranged them is in this order: iris, eye white, mask, and the mask is usually hidden. You don't see it.
Yeah.
So answering your question, what is this thing doing and how come it doesn't go out? It's because it's masking. What Cartoon Animator does is do this. I'm going to take the layer, this one. I just did a selection of that drawing, and it's this mask, right? And with the layer iris selected, I'm going to put that inside a mask. Boom.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
So basically, this is the mask. I mean, in this case, it's picking both files, right? So that is basically what it does, but it does it on every frame. Now, to make this a little bit clear, I'm going to show the layer. But this is what it's doing. It's taking that information and it's telling, hey, don't let this drawing get out of this other drawing.
Yeah.
Keep it inside.
So Cartoon Animator takes our white oval and turns it into a mask, and that's what makes it work. Okay, so it's doing something that I don't know it's doing, and that's why it works.
Yeah, but the thing is, what it's doing, the mask has to have the shape of only the white, because I've seen rigs from people that they believe their rig is okay, and it's not. They have this. They have an exact replica, and the pupil, they don't have a layer of only the white for the mask, and so the pupil goes over the eyelid. That's a mistake. Do you see?
Yeah.
This is a mistake. So that's a problem, because the instruction I'm giving Cartoon Animator, if I just do this, let me just duplicate it and take this and call this mask, that's the mistake I'm going to get. I need to create a layer of only the white and tell Cartoon Animator, okay, mask the pupil using this layer. That is, trap this drawing inside.
Inside, yeah.
Right?
That's down the bottom, next to FX.
Sorry, can you ask again?
the mask needs to be white.
No, the mask doesn't like. Look, I can take the mask, and I can make it black, right? The mask, if you want, it can be this. It can be like that. It won't matter.
What he meant is that it has to be the shape of the eye white.
Exactly, but it has
what he
to
meant.
be the same shape of the eye, the white part. Well, I mean, if your character has red eyes, then just make sure that the mask is the same shape of whatever you don't want the pupil to get out of.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Thank you so much, Mark.
So it's basically
It's constraining it.
I'm going to try to explain it in simpler words. The mask is a trap. You don't let anything go out of that, right?
Yeah.
That's the mask.
Yeah.
Trap.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, Alfredo, you have a question?
No, it's a little bit later, but it's about the expressions the Double was asking. I have a book that I bought like 10 years ago, and I think I'm gonna use it for the first time. Well, and I think it's perfect because it's photographic reference for comic book and animator artists. And let me show you a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, show us.
These people who have the books, I have a suggestion. People in the book can go on Discord and put in the title so we can find it. I'm trying to find Helena's book on Amazon and I'm not finding it.
Yes, I can see it.
And let me open it so you can see how it's showing.
Oh,
wow.
That's a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah, different things. Different
Okay.
people. Cool.
What was that book called?
It's called Facial Expressions by Mark Simon. And
yeah.
the nice thing about this one is the last part, it's like 10 pages. It's phonemes in different places. So let me show you. So we can use this to make the drawings of the characters. And it's for young people, middle-aged and old people. So it's really nice.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are those were those the mouth shapes as well?
Yes.
that I saw? Oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
Let me show you. So it's nice because it shows for a man, lady, middle age, old age, and in front and inside. So we can. It's a reference, so we can make the drawings for the mouth shapes.
Lip syncing.
I have to admit, sometimes I'm a little bit confused about the mouth shapes that they're looking for in Cartoon Animator. Like when it says like open mouth, show teeth, you know, like for the A, B, whatever, that's fine with me.
The lip sync,
yeah, that's fine. But when it says like show teeth, like what do we just use images that we already have for the other lips? You know, what did you look? What are you asking for? Because the templates are not very well defined, right? They're very basic. The templates. So sometimes when you go to follow the templates, you're just kind of like, well, that doesn't really fit my character, so I don't know what you're asking for this mouth shape, right? But between open mouth and
I think you have to add extra sets for them, don't you? Like you can add a new folder with your different mouths.
No, I meant I don't know what Cartoon Animator is asking for. Like do you have folders, like and they're like open mouth. And then they have
I can show. So while you explain, keep explaining, and hopefully I would be able to.
Well, all I mean is that sometimes like I don't know what the difference between open mouth and O is. Like, what are they looking for that's different? And there's also there's two normal mouths. Why is there two normal sets of mouths? Like, what's the point? Like, I don't understand that rig. Like, am I supposed to do something different there or?
I can tell you from this design, this very specific design for this one, he has two normals, but normal characters shouldn't have two normals. Let me see.
But they all seem to do whenever I do the.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Look at that! It has two normals. Then it shouldn't. It doesn't make sense.
I know.
Right, that's what I'm confused about. Like also like mouth open and O. What's the difference between that? I don't really know. Like, so I usually do the
They
same
look
one.
the same.
In this case, these two are exactly the same. But
Them
I
two
can
are,
I can answer that. That is in case you want another version of mouth open. So basically, let me try to answer this for all of you. How many mouths do you need is up to you. It's really up to you. I can show you, depending on the quality you're striving for. If you were creating a character and you were basically auditioning to be hired by Disney or Netflix on a movie, and I send this character, they're not going to hire me. But if I send this, let me just show you from Space Coppers, a project that we were doing. Characters. Nimrod. No, this one doesn't have the test. Snook. Nimrod, Skinny. Don't I have the videos?
Oh no.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, I have them.
Oh.
So look at this. I'm going to, I don't know if I showed you this. Let me see.
I don't remember seeing this.
I'm going to share with Optimize for Video clip. Look. No, actually, not this one. I want to show the fat one. This one is a tiny bit longer.
Okay.
What? Always use this type, man. Come on.
VLC media player.
Why is this not playing?
Oh, that's working.
So what? This is by Gary Pye. What Gary Pye did in here was an animation test for the director, right? And then he took a comedy bit by someone else and took that audio and animated his character. Look at this, is way more sprites than the normal ones. Look.
A little bit about myself. I'm 35 years old. I am thrice divorced, and I wish to dear God that I was living in a van down by the river.
So good, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? That amazingness doesn't come from sitting down and, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to have one type of O. No, this guy has like 3 to 4 types of O's, and I'm going to show you. Let me just show you. Look at all the mouths this guy did. It's insane.
Oh, but he done 1,000.
It's insane. Like shh.
Oh, God.
One version of shh. The second version of sh. 2 versions. And then consonant. This is for a consonant, consonant. Look at that.
Oh,
this is
God.
for the sound k, k, k. Then e, 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 right? The f. This is one version. Another version. The R, the smile open. These are the basic ones from Cartoon Animator. Normal 2, right? Normal 1 is smiling a little bit. Normal 2, in his case, he's having another normal, right?
I'll get why he's doing it.
And then smile open.
Yeah.
Open.
It's also very interesting to see that the whole face is affected by the mouth movement, right? It's not just
yeah.
It's adding emphasis. That's why. Adding emphasis. That's why.
I can provide you. I have his permission. I asked him for permission, and he said, "Yeah, you can provide these characters." I have. We made more characters. I mean, he made. I say we because it was a project we worked together. But he did the characters. I didn't do anything.
Can you share that that sheet you just showed us? For me, I know for me personally, it might be.
Yeah, I can put this file, this one, and share it.
Michael, I'm seeing, for example, you mentioned why we have to open mouth. For example, one is the phoneme O when you're pronouncing the letter O. and the other could be when the guy is scared and it's saying "oh," and the mouth is
Yeah,
more
bigger.
Emphasis
open.
difference.
That's why
Yeah.
you have several opening mouths.
Yeah.
Emphasis difference. Yeah, that's what it is. Emphasis.
There's another like just logical question. Like when he adds all these kind of different mouth shapes, does it cause any issues with the automatic lip syncing? Like because some of them have different, like the automatic lip syncing goes and gets the names that you called each mouth, right? So if he has one that says SH1 and SH2, does that create issues with the automatic lip syncing, and he can only do it manually?
That's a good question. In the case of this character, it doesn't cause that because he had the actual ones from Cartoon Animator, and then he adds to it, right? So this is the O of Cartoon Animator, right? This one, you can see it. You can. I just brought this character here. You also have access to this character. I just posted it on resources. You can see all the sprites for the look at how this is constructed. This is normal, and the normal. This is the normal that you can use. Actually, no. This one is rigged separately. This is not using the template. So for this specific character, because he's an alien, he's not using the template for Cartoon Animator. He cannot use automated lip sync, but he doesn't want it either, right? Does that make sense? I don't think so. Let's test it. Let me see if I'm full of it. Record voice. And I'm keeping this PG. Do you notice? Hello. Hello. Let's see if that did anything. Hello.
It worked. There you go.
It actually
You're
worked.
full of it.
I'm full of it.
Full of it. Yeah.
Oh, come on. He didn't want it. He didn't want it.
So apparently answering your question, you were asking really quick. Does it? Yeah, it apparently does. And he didn't use the template because I believe he didn't use the template because of the names. The names are not normal. The names are, look, when I go to the sprites and I go to the mouth. Where is the mouth? Right here. The mouth, there's a layer called mouth, and then it's normal, and then smile. It doesn't have the number 1. And when you click on this one, oh, you just need that sprite to be called mouth. That's it. That's all the minimum requirement. Oh, I didn't know that. But then you can see that there's so many different. And look, from this to here, this just the move of the tongue.
The tongue, yeah.
But I mean, he loves doing spending extra time for the quality of the animation. Like the lip sync looks so high quality. But
I better begin my.
Which, by the way, did you notice that how he starts the mouth? It starts like this, and then he smiles.
I better.
Before he opens, there's another frame in here. Let me see if I can catch it. I didn't catch it, but can you? I don't know if some of you saw the frame. One frame of this smile. He went from here, from here to here to opening.
He did.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very subtle, but that tiny frame, it's really cool. It's really. I asked
catch it with the eye. You do catch it with the eye.
What do you? Yeah. I mean, if you have really good eyes for this, I saw it, but I don't know if everybody saw it. It was like zook. It happened.
Yeah,
really
it's
quick.
a second. Yeah, it was a second
Yeah,
one.
I don't know how to go frame by frame on VLC. Okay, so I'm. The lesson today is pre-made rigs will make your life harder. So the question is it worth it? Yes, I do need, I know it's going to be harder, but I do need my characters to be 100% original. In your case, Alfredo, It's kind of in the middle. It doesn't have to be 100% original. You can skip a ton of steps by creating a character that is compatible with Campus Heroes.
Okay.
Right? And that saves you a lot of time. You can still create a character that is unique, totally original, but all the elements are from another character. Like in the example of the character that I created for Sophia, we're not going to keep elaborating on that character because she doesn't need it, right? We came to that conclusion. But it's, I mean, it's, I realize this one, right? You look at it and it doesn't look like the other. Let me actually open the image. It doesn't look like all the other Campus Hero characters, right? It looks original. But I can tell you the nose is from this Nikki character. The mouth is from Nikki. The only thing I changed is the face, the ears, the eyes, and the hair. But for the eyes, because I wanted the eyes to be unique, I did have to draw all and design all the different versions of the close, squint, etc., etc. Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Okay, we're good. So today I kind of gave you the lesson on smart rigging. We didn't practice any smart rigging, but what I shared was a ton of theory. Does that mean you are now ready to rig? No, you're not. First, you need to practice. Like all of this was theory. Without any practice, you don't learn. So the practical lesson is going to be on Thursday. Yeah, today is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Tony, can you pronounce it for me really quick? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. Day. It sounds.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. We can wrap it up if nobody has any other
But I
questions.
could get to bed early.
10 minutes early. Alrighty. So let's leave it at that. And we will continue on Thursday. Thursday is going to be practical. All right. It's going to be about you doing that swapping in PSD. Now, if you're not planning to use pre-made characters like Sophia, you don't have to practice with us. I mean, you can do it so you don't get bored, right? It's fun.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. Instead of that, you can be eating popcorn or whatever you were eating. It was not popcorn, right?
Mark, will we be doing the daily class tomorrow though?
Yes, every single day. Except rigging is a little bit harder. So in my case, I'm going to do it daily from Monday to Friday. So on weekends, I get to just rest my brain.
That's not.
I don't think.
Yes,
I
Tony?
don't think I'll be able to see you till Friday. If Charlie's going to jiu-jitsu, if he's not, because he's still.
Hey,
still
that's
there.
his son. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. So we might be here, we might not. So
okay, no worries.
Yeah.
If you can be there, you can be there. If you can't, you can't. That's it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Well, bye, everybody.
Have
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.